Right, are we here? Can you hear me? Can you hear the game? How's the sound? Etc. Etc. Welcome to Workshop Wednesday. Yes, folks. Workshop Wednesday. I'm just going to wait until everybody confirms that they can. Oh, I've got a 10 out of 10, Matt. Thank you very much. I've scored 10 out of 10, therefore I can end the stream with my gold medal. Thank you very much, everybody. Right. Oh, I'll get a 10 out of 10. Either that or they're saying, get away. If I give you a gold medal, will you go away? Right. Welcome to Workshop Wednesday, folks. So, there's a new train simulator coming out. I think it's tomorrow. I don't know. I am really behind on the news about Train Simulator. I spend my time so head down on Train Sim World stuff that it is a pleasure to look up every now and again and see what the other team are amazingly put together on. Face cam's working, so that's a loss. Thank you very much, everybody. I'll make it bigger just for you. we need bigger ears. No Jamie today. No. I think he's going to be with Sam tomorrow, possibly. Don't know. But anyway, Train Simulator 2021. Look, see, the new background image and everything. It's the business. But the key, one of the really neat things about Train Simulator 2021 is the new workshop feature. Now, obviously, you're saying, but workshop's already been there, Matt. It's been there since TS 2013. And it was upgraded again in TS 2014 to add route support. So what's new now? Well, now it's a lot easier. If you're downloading content, from Workshop, so much easier. Let me show you what I mean. So imagine, if you will, you have an install of Train Simulator. I imagine that's quite easy for a lot of you to imagine. And you want to download some content. No surround on the on there. No, I've turned it off. Boom! There it is. What on earth? Let's do that, shall we? Is that better? Don't know why I turned it off, I'll be honest. Just call it randomness. Yeah, so you have an install of a mixture of DLC that you've purchased, and you want to find something on Workshop to use. Currently, if you go on Steam Workshop, and it brings up the web interface for Steam Workshop, if you search for London Brighton, you will get everything that uses London Brighton, even if it uses other things as well. So it's anything which also uses London Brighton. So the problem is, how do you find something which only uses London Brighton, or only uses London Brighton and the Class 377 First Capital Connect? I'm picking those two examples for particular reasons. You'll find out in a minute. You can't really do that because it's always going to bring in other stuff as well, which makes it really difficult, actually, to find the content that you want to see. So this is the new Workshop interface, which tries to solve that. So if we look at, we've got a filter here where you can search based on the stuff that you've owned. So this will show, this filter here will show me Workshop scenarios which I can play based on the content that I own. So these, so you can see some Clinchfield things here. This is the N line which I've got on this install. This is the Nuremberg line. So this is a TS2020 install, which has also got TS2021 on it as well. So it's got the 2020 content, the 2021 content, and a couple of other routes. So I trimmed the install of this down so that you can see that it's not just downloading the entire workshop. This is just the things that I can access with the DLC that I've got on here. And there are numerous pages. So as I scroll down, it will eventually come to a next page, and then you can go and get more stuff. So finding content for that you want. So if you're just of a mind to just give me stuff, then Add-ons Owned will give you all stuff that you can do, and you can click on it and say, oh, that looks interesting. What's that? Oh, that's a screenshot with lots of missing textures. Good one. Nice one. Steamy Ride. This is the part of the TS Academy, the N line, and the Southwestern Main line. So there's all sorts of cool stuff based on that. And this is based on what the tagging is as well. So it's all done automatically. When authors upload stuff, it will let you do that. So one of the really cool things, though, excuse this, I have to get this reported to the team. There we go. Right, custom owned. This is quite fun. So this is just the stuff that I've actually got. This is the stuff that I've got installed on the system, and I can tick what I want. So I can say, well, let's just have a look at London Brighton, and I click OK. And now the list that comes back is just London Brighton. So this is stuff which has, and not only that, it's not just London Brighton. It's London Brighton plus anything else that I own. So everything on this list is playable right now. I can download it, play it, and we're all good. Right, so I can click on something like that, and hey, look, London to Brighton. Now, a lot of this stuff is, I've only got this plus the First Capital Connect 377, so there isn't an awful lot of scope for other stuff on here. But no, the one I'm looking for doesn't come up in the first page. We'll find it in a minute as another example. So this is stuff that's just the London Brighton. If I switch that now, go custom owned, and I just change that to the First Capital Connect and click OK, it's now going to search around. The reason it's taking a bit of time to go backwards and forwards is because the Steam API will only let us query a small number at a time, and we need to compare it with all the stuff that you own. So it's got to make a request, get 50 down, I think it is, compare with what you've got, make another request, get another 50 down and compare it. So you end up with, it takes a moment to build the list up, but it's doing all the hard work of searching for you. So we can come down here, for example, and we've got this one here. You can see that even though I only selected the 377, because I own London Brighton, it came up as well. So whereas the normal workshop search on the browser, which you can still access with the Go to Steam icon button up here, would give you anything, whether you owned it or not. This custom owned one will limit it to only the things that you own, and always include the things that you've ticked, so you can focus on, I don't want to anything Clinchfield route, anything London Brighton route, anything using the class 377, anything using a LMS Black 5. So you can really find stuff quite nicely on Steam Workshop in that way. Custom all is across everything, if I remember rightly. Yeah, this is across everything. So if you just want to generally, if you're thinking about buying a route and you think, actually, let's have a look, see what there is for Berlin-Wittenberg. And then you can see, and it'll download the stuff which is Berlin-Wittenberg, and it'll tell you what other things these add-ons want, so you get some idea of some of the content that's down there. So this can help you if you're looking at buying other stuff, and then what other gameplay you'll be able to achieve with that with Steam Workshop. This should make it significantly easier to find stuff. So, shall we play a scenario? We hit Workshop Wednesday is still about playing some great user content. So, but let's use the new search facility to find something. We'll install it and we'll see what happens. Because again, normally you go into the Steam, you click the subscribe button, and then and magic would happen. But we're not going into Steam. We're staying entirely in the game, which is fantastic. So I'm going to run. What's this one? 15 to 20 minutes. That'll do for a first one to run. Take your 377. This is by Johnny Summers. Take your 377 from Coulsdon Town to East Croydon on a stopping service at midday on a warm summer day. So if we click subscribe, I'm hoping that it will install it. And if I change this filter, did you remember this filter came in a while ago actually? That didn't seem to install anything. Well done. Oh, here we go. It worked that time. There you go. Coulsdon Town Stopper is there, so we can now click start. So don't forget that filter down there will actually bring you the just down to the workshop stuff that you've got installed as well. Right. I'm not sure what I can give you in the way of answers on TS2021, but by all means, if you've got questions on the workshop stuff, by all means ask, and I'll do my best to answer you. Right, welcome to Coulsdon Town. Collect passengers here, then make your way to East Croydon on this stopping service. Oh, I've still got that mod installed, which means I can't access the moving the camera logic. Francois, can you find workshop routes from inside the game or only scenarios? I believe at the moment it's only looking for scenarios. There's some more complexities with routes, whereas scenarios are the majority of what people are actually trying to find. So it's a case of let's solve the scenario problem and then come and have another maybe look at the routes in the future. Bear in mind you can still use the original facility, so it's all still accessible, just not using the new search. Is the workshop the only update for 2021? I'm not sure is the answer to that question. I would suggest having a look on the Dovetail Live website about what articles, about the articles that are up there. They will give you the update on that. Apologies, I'm not very well informed, as informed as I should be, and it's all my fault. I'm very good, thank you, King Stu Ralph fan. How are you, sir? Right, next station is Reedham. You've got some scenarios on that list as well, have you, Jamie? Awesome. I'm really excited about it because what's certainly from a lot of the people I've spoken to in the past, and I've tried to help, you know, elderly people that are, particularly that find, you know, downloading and installing mod content, you know, very, very difficult to understand. Steam Workshop made it a bit easier, but it's still really difficult to find content, whereas this new facility makes it so easy just to find content that you know when you download it, it will work. Let's pull into the station. There's the 8 car at the end. Stop! Wow. Brakes. Doors open. Will Steam Workshop be coming for TS2 for scenarios and liveries? There is nothing announced on that, Triple, and as and when it will be announced via the roadmap. Livery designer to train sim in the future. Again, no plans at the moment, I think, Samuel Burrows. Does the buy add-ons in the workshop allow you to buy only what you need for the scenario viewing at that time? Yeah, basically it'll look at the list of items which are being told that you need but you don't have, and those will be then added to the Steam cart. I can't look around, unfortunately, Hari Haram, because I completely forgot that. I reinstalled Train Sim and completely forgot that I had got this other head tracking system on. Never mind. Oh, it's nice and fast, this bit. Have I ever seen the CSX Pride in service units before? In photographs? I've not. I mean, I've actually seen very little in the way of US trains for real, unfortunately. When I was last in Knoxville, in Tennessee, I got to see some Norfolk Southern trains. That's about as close as I've got, unfortunately. I will not be running the West Coast Main Line tonight, folks. If you are hyped for the West Coast Main Line, and you should be, then I believe that's the subject of tomorrow's stream. So a quick look on the map, find out why I'm being held up and when they're going to get in my way. There they are, he's just pulling out the station. Train Simulator 2021 is out tomorrow. He says, yes, tomorrow at 6 PM or thereabouts. Do I like the Arosa line? Yes, I do. It's a very nice one. Just waiting for the signal to change to green. Geez, I'm really impatient. Will it be in Steam? You'd have to expand on that question, Old Trasparg. Hey, we've got a light. Chewbacca, I can see you. But it's a roadmap, and it's staying a roadmap. dropping into Burley. I like this route. London Brighton is such a good route. Oh, I see. We'll come along this bit. Very neat. TS2021 is an update, Emerald Gaming. So the core game, so this workshop stuff, is a free update to the current game, as is normally the case with Train Simulator. But if you want the new routes, then you'll need to purchase the product to get the routes. West Coast Main Line is an additional £5 on top of the base price of the game, so it's $29.99 for the full thing with the deluxe West Coast Main Line add-on. Or the West Coast Main Line, I believe, is available on its own at $24.99. So, when is TS2021 out? Tomorrow, bacon cheese, 6 PM ish, thereabouts, British summertime. In Aramat, you're really excited to drive the Pendo from Birmingham to London. Oh no, I'm hyped for a bit of Pendolino action. I leant on the space bar. Don't do that. That's loud. Right, we've got a green light. Filter continues us off onto the main line. Next station is Purley Oaks. Will you get a new headset for the launch of TS2021? I've only just got this other one. I got two cat ears headsets. How many more do I want? How much will the Class 390 be? It's part of the West Coast Mainline add-on, Twain Sim Thompson. You don't pay extra for the 390. It's part of the West Coast Mainline add-on. You want all of them, admit it. Yeah, okay, fair enough. You got me. As long as it's pink, it's fine. Alright, we got green lights, so we can speed up. I'm going to bring the HUD down a bit so we can see out the window. Kingsley Ralphan. Well, if at some point the world becomes sensible and normal again and we're able to do the model railway exhibitions, you'll have to come along to one of those when we do those. Now, this headset has actually got RGB lights. I don't know if you can see. No, you can't because it's not connected. I have to unplug my laptop. This one's got RGB lights in the ears. It's full on. I'm going to hook it up to the game at some point so that when AWS or CIFA goes off, my ears start flashing or something daft like that. Because that's just the kind of wacky stuff that I like to do. Are the cabs and trains now interactive? They always have been, Sick Pilot. Like. There's buttons that work already in the cab. I can't look around, unfortunately. What I'll do is after this, I'll restart the game, having cleared the problem or the DLLs, so that I can do deluxe advanced things like moving the camera, and then I can show you the cab is interactive. Colour changing for the next signal. Possibly. We'll probably need a bit of scripting support to make that work, because that information is not available on the on the API, unfortunately. Will 2021 play on a laptop? If so, how about HP Pavilion? Really depends on the specification, to be honest. It's a speedy boy. South Croydon. Can you get Train Simulator 2021 on PlayStation or Xbox? You cannot, I'm afraid, no. It's PC Steam only. I'm speeding. That makes a change. I was having a nice race with the terrain on the left there, and then I realised I should probably be looking at stopping. Does it have better graphics or the same Train Sim Thompson? Well, I'm playing Train Sim 2021 right now, so you can make your own judgment. I don't think anything's changed on the graphics, though. Oh, we've got double yellow. What happens to the TS20 add-ons that you own? They will just carry on working with this. This is an in-place upgrade, the same as normal on Train Simulator Lazy Game in Scotland. So once the upgrade goes live tomorrow, it will update your installation. Is it right that you can run Train Sim World on a tablet? Only via something like the xCloud gaming service from Xbox. Not directly, no. Final stop is East Croydon, Platform 5. Remember, there is a 25 miles per hour limit as you enter the platform because we need to greet Moggy in the proper way. Everybody make sure you prepare your royal wave for his lordship. Do you need to buy West Coast Mainline, or is it part of 2021? Simulator Man. If you buy the deluxe edition of Train Sim 2021, £29.99, then that includes West Coast Mainline. If you buy the standard edition, it does not. Or you can buy it on its own for £24.99. The AI down these parts seems to be having a bit of a problem. What's occurring? Platform 5. Maybe there's something in the platform. Why are you making me wait? Hey, we got us. King Street. You want to put all your any suggestions you have on the Dovetail forum. They will get lost here. All your questions about West Coast Mainline, Elton Loveridge, ask them on the stream tomorrow. You'll get answers and more demonstrations and lots of hype. Lots of hype. It's quite a nice little scenario, this. It's got some interesting moves. It uses an unusual bit of the route as well, coming in from the branch line there. Are there any changes or upgrades to the game engine? I don't know the answer. I don't think so, Paul Wilkinson. I think Steam Workshop is the major change, but someone will correct me if I'm wrong. Tomorrow you get the full deets. Ah, okay. So I am getting some answers here from as Sam refers to it, Michael T. Y. There have been a lot of stability improvements which prevent things like those out of memory errors which were popping up. So yes, actually, that's quite major. So you should find the game a lot more stable. That was kind of that and Workshop were deemed as sort of two priorities, just to get the game stabilised from some of the issues that people have been experiencing. Well done, you've arrived at East Croydon with happy passengers. Happy passengers, look at that. I delivered happy passengers. Yes. Right, now, let's go back and pick something else to run, shall we? This time, let's have a look. So if we change our selection here and go for London Brighton, go for First Capital Connect. So I want to drive something with this other version of the 377 because it's a DLC. This is just a different, another DLC, a loco DLC actually for that route. So if we run, let's have a look at that one, Caterham to Victoria. So you can see that one requires the. So none of them are marked as need because they're in light grey. That means that I own them and they're ready to use. So if I hit subscribe and then go standard, and then there it is, ready to go. Boom. Don Wibbly, would the game pick up on necessary third-party reskins and enhancement packs needed? So that's where you step out of what Workshop can actually understand, Don Wibbly. So nothing in Steam Workshop knows how that stuff has been set up because it's not standard. Oh, hello. This scenario appears to be buggy. Should we try and play it anyway? Basically, if you get an error message like that, if you press save and then press cancel, it will let you play the scenario anyway. This isn't a 377 in the right livery. This scenario has missold itself to me. I'm going to give it a tick anyway because I like that. Let's try a different one. That failed miserably. So yeah, apologies. Let's try something else. FCC to East Croydon. Take this, Forest Capital Connect to East Croydon, calling at all stations. Let's play it for a bit anyway. We won't play the whole thing because that's 70 minutes. And it's East Croydon. We've just been to East Croydon. Fix the camera. What's wrong with the camera, Easy? It looks fine to me. Oh, the camera. Sorry. Yes. 1 second. Oh dear. Where have I got it? I think it's no, it isn't there. I use a webcam based head tracking system rather than the normal track IR, and it's great, but I haven't got a second camera plugged in, so it doesn't do much. Steam library. There it is. Right, let me restart the game. I have blonde moments all the time. It's just invisible blonde. That's the problem, Gav's photography. Right. Believe we are back. Right, now, when we last left our heroes, I believe we might have had a scenario downloaded, which was, yay, we did. Like I said, we're not going to run the whole thing. Remember, just to remind you about this option here, by default it'll show all scenarios, which will mix everything up. But if you're just interested in the workshop stuff for what you're looking at downloading, you can use the filter. Was introduced in last year's build, if I remember rightly. So we're going to run that one just for a little while. Welcome, Tour Deck. Oh, I need to find a nice rainy scenario for Tour Deck. Hey, we've got First Capital Connect 377. Right, and P5, open the doors. Next you'll be asking me to put the headlights on. Oh, we're going Brighton to East Croydon. Brighton to East Croydon, which is the long half of the route. Like I said, we're not going to go all the way up there, but we'll run it for a bit. Hey there, bad guy. How's it going? There's more people asking questions about West Coast Mainline South. You will get all of your answers tomorrow in tomorrow's stream, because I don't have them, I'm afraid. Doors are closed. We've got a green light. It's time to boogie. Hey, we can move around the camera now, so you can interact with the controls. Passengers are now getting very sick. And we are driving a 8 car, I think. So let's move that over. Just a reminder. Can we get a cab tour now? Yeah, there you go. One cab tour. Still got a green light. Oh, got another FCC coming in. This is your DRA. Door open buttons, there you go. These are door open buttons, although they don't work, you have to use the T key. Train! Oh. That was that button, by the way. You can press that one instead. Will external elements like ATS's plunger work on Xbox on TSW2? I have no idea. Someone with one of those and an Xbox should trade. I don't know how that hardware actually works. There's no actual support in the game for external hardware at this point. So if it relies on that, then it won't work. If it emulates being a keyboard, maybe. If it has its own software, then it won't work on Xbox because it won't have software for the Xbox. Definitely a question best asked to the people you purchased that hardware from, I think. Lovers Walk Depot on the left, yep. Preston Park coming up in front of us where we'll be stopping, although we have a red light. What is with all these red lights we've been getting tonight? I think they'll be absolutely fine, mate, being kid, because you get to watch a nice bit of shunting as well. If you're really lucky. Ah, we've got a train ahead of us waiting for us. Get moving! Where's my pink mouse cursor? Different PC, really New Hampshire. My laptop has the big pink mouse cursor. My gaming desktop just has a normal one because it only has 2 monitors. Hey, yellow light. I get very excitable about yellow lights. Either because they mean I can go, or I mean I should really, really be stopping. Either way, they're exciting. My wife must have the patience of 3 saints. Yep. You slipped past the stop big star today, Cody. Nice. Jaffer, is this new DLC? No, this is actually a really old one. London Brighton is dated back 2013. I still love it. It's one of my favourite routes. And the FCC 377 wasn't much later than that. I'm demoing the workshop with this because I fancied a bit of a run on London Brighton, but also because there's tons of London Brighton is one of the most popular routes on Steam Workshop where content is. So I thought it'd be a good way of showing how the UI handles when there's tons of stuff to pick from. Does my wife like trains as much as me? She does not like trains. Let me just put that very bluntly. She has no interest in trains whatsoever. At all. About as much as I do in her crochet. I probably have more interest in that because she does some awesome stuff, but... My wife crocheted me a Star Wars AT-AT. I mean, I thought I was joking when I suggested it, but it looks awesome. I should bring it onto the stream one day. Moggy, you see that bridge ahead? You used to cross it. This route is basically London to Brighton Moggy edition. Will I be getting any of the fancy train controllers off of ATS? I don't know. Not at the moment. I barely get much time to play the game except on these streams. And I mostly play TSW these days. But we'll see, in the fullness of time. I've also got my own setup. I've got all sorts of buttons and... I went proper with my... Where's my AWS? Should I show you my AWS button? Oh, where's my AWS button? There it is. That's my AWS button. It's not wired up, it's not hooked up at the moment, but that's my AWS button. I've got a foot pedal on the floor. I think that's from a 37 or something. Has socks. And then for those times where I need another button, you can't see it. Oh, look, the cable won't reach. There we go. I've got this one. This one's called an Orbi. Oh, I love me buttons. My wife was right. She said I like pushing people's buttons. I have no idea what she meant. I'm looking forward to Star Wars Squadrons. Oh, that one's in VR, isn't it, Arthur? If it's in VR, then yes. Three miles to Hazzocks. What do they fix in TS2021? So basically you've got the workshop functionality which has been added, and then there's a number of stability and robustness improvements for the for where you've been getting the thing that popped up saying out of memory. It didn't actually mean out of memory, as it turns out. It was something else. Yes, a lot of the things that cause that have been improved. So you should find the game considerably more stable. Is this the 377, Daniel Dawson? Well spotted, son. So this is a First Capital Connect 377 running on the London Brighton line. Will the West Coast Main Line be purchasable separately? It will indeed, Barry Chen. Sorry, I've just had a price correction. I misread earlier on. It's $39.99 for the deluxe edition with West Coast Main Line, $24.99 on its own. I did say $39.99. I don't know. Read the articles, honestly. I'm just talking rubbish at this point. The jaws are flapping and they're out of control. Will the Gemmel be more stable because it can be unstable? Well, Shall we find out? Well, not tonight, but let's find out when it comes out tomorrow. And if there's problems, then let's get them reported. How much will it cost Paul Errington? £39.99 for the deluxe edition. £24.99 for the normal edition. £24.99 for the West Coast Main Line on its own. I think I got that right. I need to get people to write me really easy to remember and easy to read out crib sheets. My mental capacity for this stuff is limited. Oh, got yellow. Go. How much for the deluxe version? £39.99 of your British sterling pounds, Baked Bean Kid. I don't know what the price is in other currencies. Is the only difference between standard deluxe and the West Coast Main Line? Correct. If you're buying the base version and you want the West Coast Main Line, it's cheaper by £10 if you buy the deluxe edition. Can you get the Train Sim World 2 DLC you purchased for free in Train... It's only one way, Trev. So stuff that you bought in Train Sim World 2020 works in Train Sim World 2, but not the other way around. But we're talking about Train Simulator 2021, which is the other Train Sim. Not Train Sim World, just to be clear. This is not related to Train Sim World. You have 2020. Do you want the routes, Final Vault, in the base pack? If you're interested in the routes that are in the base pack, which I think are 5 Circle, Clinchfield, and the Kiel line, then you get those 3 routes for £24.99, which is a heck of a discount on 3 routes. And then if you want the 4th route, it's £39.99 for 4 routes. That'd be £100 worth normally. Burgess Hill. Do you plan on making a retro stream playing Rail Simulator? Not at this time. So I have thought about on my own stream playing some really old retro train sims and obscure ones like the Japanese Rail Fan, it's called, on PS3, and on the Sinclair Spectrum emulators, things like Southern Belle, and I think that'd be a good laugh. I know Moggy's a fan of Southern Belle. .7 miles to Burgess Hill. What if you already own the 3 routes within the standard edition, Barry? Then the only option really is to buy West Coast Main Line on its own. You don't need to buy TS2020 itself, just buy the West Coast Main Line just as another DLC route to add to your collection. I'm going to do a bit of Clenchfield after this, custom. I don't think I have any US 440s installed at the moment. I specifically trimmed my install down so that I could happily show the menus and UI without getting in trouble and ending up in frying pans tomorrow. And also so that I could show a more condensed version of the workshop without it showing everything. Am I using a rail driver? I am not Forza Horizon, no. My rail driver's not plugged in at the moment. How much is the deluxe edition? It is £39.99, Northern Rail Spirit. Stop! Stop! It's fine. It's fine. There's only 2 carriages missing. It's fine. It's not a fail. It's fine. Shh. Same county, indeed, Baked Bean Kid. You know what? That's a glass half full way of looking at it. It's just like, A, the train was still on the tracks. B, in the same county, even on the same railway. It's still a place where a train like this would stop. You know. It's only a neb, not a nebworth. Hey, Bob, how's it going? Long time no speak. Did you play some Zusi 3? I must say, I think I played a bit. I remember playing a bit of Zusi 2 a long time ago, but I've not really looked at Zusi 3. I was about to mention that, Moggy. God, spoilers. So when you know at Lewis on the East Coastway, that line from Lewis that goes up, this is where it ends up. It joins at Wigglesfield just here. There you go. Exciting facts. Old Fast Bug. So you need to pick up Train Simulator 2020 or 2021 tomorrow, or there's also Train Sim World 2, which was released recently. That gets you the game, the base game, and then there was then add-ons that you can get for different trains and so forth. But you get a bunch of trains and routes actually in the base pack. Think of it as like a starter set, essentially, and expansions. The last time I fired up Southern Bellberry 10, I pretty much was exactly the same. It's just it took me a good half an hour to make the train go. So really the same as normal, to be fair. How long till all the preserved collection is done? Train Sim World, Chewbacca Cheese. Keep an eye on the roadmap. The roadmap has no dates though. Well, there you go then. As soon as there are dates that can be shared and be confident about, they'll be in there. Haywards Heath. In 2021, what version of the 390? It's the Avanti. There's a ball happily waiting for Southeastern High Speed Line for TSW2 and buying the deluxe edition of TS2021. Well, thank you very much. Well, I do hope that you enjoy it. them both. I want to see more Scottish routes as well. It has to be said, DP's railway videos. I like some of the Scottish routes. I used to live in the Shetland Islands, so I've got a special place in my heart for Scotland. Albeit the Shetland Isles kind of misses Scotland and just carries on and bounces off, skips off. It's like if you throw a stone at the North Sea and it skips a whole bunch of times over a bunch of places, including Scotland. Eventually, you end up with the Shetland Isles. What class did I notice? This is a First Capital Connect class 377. What's my favourite route add-on? One of my favourite route add-ons, I mean this is one of my favourite add-ons, but my all-time favourite is probably Southeastern High Speed. It's my local line, but also I like the mix of high speed and regional. I think the Javelin's just an amazing unit to drive. Super hyped that it's coming to Train Sim World. Was your family living on the Shetland Isles for more than a generation? No, we were there 3.5 years. My dad was stationed at RAF Saxford. But we all loved it up there. It was great. I'm doing great at the stops tonight, aren't I? I'm doing absolutely amazing. I'm trying to look at the chat, to be fair, so I'm going to blame you. Personally going to blame Moggy, I think, personally. It'd be Moggy or Baked Bean Kid to be... You didn't know I lived in the Shetland Islands? Thought it was St Kilda or something, you wrote. No, Shetland Islands. It's Unst. An island called Unst, U-N-S-T. Which is the northernmost island. The bus stop. There's a bus stop on Unst that has its own website, and it's even mentioned in travel. If you go to various travel websites, if you just Google the Shetland Island Unst bus stop, UNST bus stop, it has its own website. That's just how crazy those people are. Is there a time for release for Train Sim 2021? 6 PM British Summer Time. Tomato. Nick, thanks for the German signalling and PCB video on Train Sim World 2. You're right, it suddenly becomes... Hey, awesome. Thank you, Nick. I'm glad to hear that. That's really good. Gives me inspiration to get on and do some more demystification videos. Making Train Sims easy. Balcombe, 3.5 miles. One second. Is there ever a consideration for an Azuma and route add-on for TSW2? We look at everything, all sorts of options. But if the stuff that you particularly want to see, National Rail Spirit, then I would strongly suggest that you put your suggestions into the suggestion forum, which it looks like one of the moderators just pinged you a link to. Muggy, I thought you were going to challenge me to remember what it's called. Clearly you're not. I'm disappointed. Which is more complicated to work with, Train Sim World 2 or TS20? And how do you mean? You mean as a player? As a developer, I don't know, I guess it depends what you're used to. I mean, you can do more with Train Sim World, but that means you've got to do more. some aspects of Train Sim 2020 are easier to work with because they're more simple, and also more developed. I mean, it's been around for a lot longer, and also there's a lot of practices which are well understood, the processes of how to do things, lots of intricacies. Whereas Train Sim World is newer, and even we're still figuring out new tricks and ways of making it run better and quicker and easier. But I tend to do a lot of sort of more gameplay related stuff, and I really enjoy making stuff. But then I always enjoy doing it in Train Sim 2020 as well. So I think it's just what you're used to be fair. Is there a reason there's no workshop support for developers like Caledonia Works? Workshop support is only there for content which is on Steam, ZJ Pucks. That's the reason. It's the stuff that goes up on Steam. We are able to add stuff to our database, which then makes it to where Workshop stuff can recognise it and work with it. So if Caledonia Works wants stuff to work on Workshop, tell them to try a third-party team. Not a terrible stop. Not a good stop, but not a terrible stop. Thirsty Gamer can I ask, will we be able to buy London Birmingham route tonight? No. It's coming out tomorrow, UK time, British summer time, 6 PM. So be about basically 24 hours from now, or 22 hours from now. Any stop the passengers can walk away from is a good one. Agreed. Any stop in the same county is good for me, Binky. What are you talking about? Stop setting the expectations so high. You're just setting me up for a fall. Oh, that's what your game is, isn't it? Do Rivet Games do routes on this game? Yeah, they've done several routes actually. I think a Rosa line, Albula line. There's a number of routes that are available, but generally the Swiss ones are Rivet Games ones. I think Gotthard Bahn was one of theirs. See you later, Mark. 3 bridges. I think we'll stop at 3 bridges, and we'll have a look at another scenario. Do a New Zealand route. Make sure you put your suggestions on the usual place, Caden. Three bridges. Matt will tell us the name of the line on the left. No, he won't. I like the route. I don't know it that well. Don't forget the name of the viaduct. The Valley Viaduct Ooze. That one, baby kid. Can I drive a pacer on stream? I did it actually on my one of my first streams. I drove the pacer. In fact, on more than one stream. Is this a Black 5, Henry? Near enough. Drop the hammer again, get back up to speed limit. Stop pressing the space bar. .60 coming up into Three Bridges, although hopefully we'll be doing less than 60 by then. Do some slowing downs. That is you then, is it, Henry? How is it there on the Gemmel? A Black 5 is a Challenger. You're enjoying the Hanover route, are you, Baked Bean Kid? Awesome. Haven't looked yet. I have lots of treats awaiting for me when I get some time to play Train Sim 2021. It's changing now. It's 2021 now, isn't it? Well, as of tomorrow. Alright, we'll do the doors and then we'll finish there, I think, with this scenario. Oh, the Arden Valley line. Yes, of course it is. That's here, isn't it? Yeah. Because remember on MSTS, European Barn did the Arden Valley line. It comes down there and on the way for the West Coastway. That was fun. Well, Hanover has one N or two N's depending on your German spelling or the English spelling of the German name, Baked Bean Kid, so you can't even count it via the N's, because depending on who you talk to, it will have one or two N's. Right, anyway, let's come out of this one. That was a good scenario, actually. We'll give that a thumbs up. We'll pop back to our magical new workshop screen, and we'll go for something completely different. We will go... Stop being annoying. We will go to custom mode. There we go. We undo that. We just click Clenchfield. Press OK. And we'll do number 918. Where's number 918? There it is there. This is, what is this? 45 minutes. Let's see how we get on with it. I've not driven this one either. Oh, I've got to download it first, haven't I? Standard Clenchfield, Cold Duty 918. Boom. Can I explain how this is different from Train Sim World 2? Train Sim World 2 is built on a much newer graphics engine. It has... so it supports consoles as well, whereas this only supports PC. And you can get out of the train and walk around. There's first person. And get on trains and off trains, and you can change... drive different trains and release trains and be a passenger and generally walk around. There's a service mode, a 24-hour service mode in Train Sim World, where this is all scenarios. There's a quick drive in this one, so you can choose your train and drive the bit that you want to drive. Any news on 64-bit actually working? Right, is that really loud for you as well? I'm just going to dial that down just a tad. Colker Foreman, Colcoder 918, we're ready for loading. Go ahead and pull forward over. Copy that, on the way, 918 out. Right, I don't know, I've no idea where I am even. Where are we? Ah, we're in a place. Excellent. So we're going to pull forward. Oh, we're going to do loading on Colco. Well, there you go. That makes sense, really, doesn't it? Put some lights on. Jack, in English on 64-bit working properly. So if you're meaning the out-of-memory crashes, they actually weren't out-of-memory crashes, they were something else. But a lot of work has been done in this build to improve robustness, stability, so you should see a lot less of those error messages popping up. A lot less, if at all. It is a bit like a ship's horn, isn't it? Is that intermittent air hits normal on this loco? Yes, it's called a spitter valve, and it's part of the air braking system. Does pretty much what it says it does. Are those headphones are dead? No, these are my headphones. I like them so much I got two of them. Substitute the horn from Queen Mary for a train horn. So yes, I do, but think it, yes. Oh, my controller is going crazy. How is the workshop better in 2021? You should probably start the stream again, Trev, and watch it from the beginning, because I've shown the way the new user interface for workshop quite a bit. What's the mug of the evening? No, the ones that you gave me are in the cupboard at the moment. I'm not actually drinking tea at the minute. I don't drink hot drinks during the summer at all. But they are still safe and have been used, well used. You still doing volunteering there, Henry? I can't remember the name of the place now. By all means, give them a shout out. Pendley knows you can see tomorrow, Mick09 Gaming. Make sure you all come along and join. I think it's Jamie and Sam tomorrow. Oh, F7 hype. Audley End, that's it, Henry. Are you on the Epping and Ongar? I want to go and see the Epping and Ongar, actually. I mean, I used to live in Leytonstone, so should really get off my backside. Will you go to UE5 in the future? We shall see. Let's wait for the future and we'll see what happens. You'll see it on the roadmap at some point if it happens. Red Sanford, no, this is Train Simulator 2021. So this is the GPE9 interior. Anyway, where were we? We were loading coal before we were interrupted. Okay. I mean, Clinchfield really is a loading coal route, so you can't get away from it. What are you running at the moment, Henry? Dirty diesels. Got Pacer up there yet? I think every preserve railway's got about 4 now, haven't they? You're on both Train Sim World and Train Sim World 2, both games absolutely stunning. Glad you're enjoying them, Demoniac. Paul Wilkinson, you'll get details of exactly the stuff about Clinchfield for Train Sim World nearer the time. Oh yeah, the F units are some of my favourite of the US trains. Red, they're just awesome. Always have like those. Is the controller vibrating every time the coal loads? It is indeed, CJ Parks, yes. It's still plugged in from when I last played Wreckfest. Yeah, I'm starting to think about putting a video together about the about the American safety systems and braking systems. I thought I might actually just do a general braking systems about trains in general as one of the sessions, cover off the American stuff, but then also because that's where where most people have the challenge. But it's fundamentally there's a lot of commonality in how brakes work across trains in general. So it feels like we could cover it off and just generally talk about brakes and the different types of brakes. And also, what the equivalent things are. So a dynamic brake in the US and an electric brake on a German train, for example. How many more? Oh, my God. Be all night. Do you mean on the Long Island, Chewbacca? The FP45 or the E's? I like the E's. They're Coco F units essentially. Demoniac, that would be really helpful since the downhill slope is kind of troublesome when it comes to apply the brakes. See, the trick with downhill braking in a US loco is put a minimum set on your air brakes and then use your dynamics as you need. And if you find your dynamics aren't holding the train, little bit more air brakes, but don't use the air brake to hold the train. use the dynamic brakes to hold the train, and use the air brakes to just give the dynamic brakes an assistance, because you can increase and decrease your dynamics as much as you like, but your air brakes you've got to be really careful with. Looking forward to Kinchfield. What function key do you press to fill the wagons? T, same as doing and load. It's the general load unload key in Train Simulator 2021. Same as you do for passenger stops. It's just a T key to do load unload. If you want extra challenge with your downhill once you've got the hang of it, make it snowy. Snow gives the worst adhesion. Enemy setting up helper locos. Yeah, good shout. Yeah. MU and remote helpers. Oh, don't miss it. Don't miss it. Stop. 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 Yes. Me boy, this is indeed the clinch field, yes. Nearly there. Yeah, got 3 more to go. You need to set the helpers up, Golden Spike, usually. So one of the I've seen some interesting posts on the forum and also on some of the Facebook pages where people are figuring out the right settings so that you get multiple units set up and the helpers set up in multiple unit responding to the front. One of the key steps is you need to make sure that you've got the banking comm switch set on in the lead unit. Am I using a controller list? No, I'm just using my keyboard. Got a controller plugged in and it's buzzing away when I do all the coal loading, but I'm not using it. Does the AC4400 have banking comm? It should do, yes. See you later, Nigel. What key are we pressing to move the camera back? Control left arrow, control right arrow. Moves you up and down the train one at a time. Oh, we've run out of train. Excellent. Are there any trains on the Shetlands? No, there aren't. Midland Transport. There's barely buses. Well, there wasn't. I mean, it was a long time ago I was there. A very long time ago I was there. the dinosaurs had only just departed. Lots of puffins, yes, and the Pharaohs. (918) Will you please drop current cut on southern end? Apply handbrakes at least half that formation before uncoupling. Copy that. 918 out. So we are dropping it off here on the southern end. So we want to go all the way down to here and drop off. And then we pull forward and then run back to there. Okay, let's just pull forward a bit then. See you later, only me. This is a pretty route. Do I use hall mods? I don't generally use mods at all, Mean Boy, except for routes and scenarios from Steam Workshop. Good night, Chewbacca Cheese. Risen Boy, you got like 5 routes for $40 in the recent sale. Well done. Forgot I had to stop. But we're all in the marker. Excellent. Before we uncouple, we need to got to use the controller now because it detected it. Right, pull forward to the end of the loop and then we'll go back. Are those actually functional after disconnecting? And they'll work, they do work, but as soon as I leave the track ribbon, the physics gets deactivated anyway, so they'll be locked in place at that point. It stops them rolling away while I'm still pulling away from them, essentially. Quite gone far. Oh no, hello. Yeah, maybe we have. Maybe we have. Yep, junction just changed. what we've got left to do. We'll do a little bit more on this one, then we'll call it a night, I think. Right, where are we going? All the way for those three. And then we're going to load them up right there. Pull forward. Drop them there. And all the way down the Hazy Branch. Fun stuff. Wasn't one of the U-boats done in Seaboard, Neiman Boy? I can't remember. The U-36B, what livery was that in? There is, yeah, okay, the U-36 was Seaboard. I thought it was. Ha-ha! Not entirely incompetent. This is the level I aim for. See you later, Paul Wickinson. Got a Luna. We got a Luna. I'm interested in PTC introduced into TSW American. Yeah, I need to find out more about how that's actually ended up working. Obviously, I mean PTC is the same as Access, so we know how Access works, but I've not seen PTC on freight trains yet. I know that Caltrain have now deployed it. Oof. Driven like a pro. Stop going that way, you're giving away all my tricks. But a crewman gives you a thumbs up to begin loading. Similar to coal loading and sandpatch grade. The main difference to Moniac is that in Trainsim World you can do rolling loading, so you don't have to stop, whereas on this you've got to stop, load, then start again and load, whereas at GSW you don't have to stop. That's really the only difference. Otherwise than that, yes, it's the same. Is it a GP7 or a GP9? Should say on the side. Underneath all of the dirt. I mean, it's a G of some sort. It's a GP of some sort. I think it's GP9, but I reserve the right to be wrong. PTC is a bit like PZB, for example, Bait Geen Kid. It's positive train control, as in it will stop the train and it knows more about what's going on with the train. So it will take control if you're doing wrong things at wrong times. It's closer to PZB. Access on the Northeast Corridor is a PTC. LZB is a PTC, essentially. It's not even in case, it's just in case of emergency. It's if the driver's not doing what they're supposed to be doing. Yeah, TVM, ETCS, they're all positive train control systems. As opposed to what they call automatic train control systems like AWS and Vigilance, which are fairly dumb. There's the same debate going on here, just a hillbilly, because they're updating all of the UK network now with ETCS, which probably means that steam locos, there will be very, very few steam locos that get fitted with it, because it's not a cheap system. I mean, it's railways, of course it isn't cheap, it kind of goes together. Please add these hoppers to the cut just over on Hazy Bird sidings before you head back. Okay. That's what you want, boss. Where are we? We are here. So pull forward to Berta Access and then reverse down into Berta Springs. I think we'll call it a day there. Hey there, LG Simulation and Louis Trains. How's it going? A GTEL run next workshop. I'll have a look around New Hampshire if I remember. Do I work for Dovetail LG Simulation? I do indeed. No point showing a gallery cab car once emergency brakes have applied. I'll have a look, yeah. In the meantime, go and post on the on the forum, Demoniac. And you'll probably get some help from the other members of the community. I don't think there's enough horsepower on a Chromebook, James Birchall. LG, if you are missing DLC from Train Simulator, Train Sim World 2020 that you're expecting in Train Sim World 2, please raise a support ticket. There will be people who can help you. Don't email ill simulations. Use the support system. Easily confused as just giving you the link. Use the support system. Don't use email. There is no support email address. Well, I have to say, I didn't realise this would be one of Baked Bean Kid's favourite scenarios. So, bonus. Crunch. Please apply handbrakes and repair couplings before moving off. "918 to dispatch, I'm on my way back, over." 918, copy 918, you're clear. Check in with the yardmaster via Hazy Ruth Main. I think he needs a cut loaded, then a formation of empties dropped off. This is quite a fun scenario with all sorts of things going on. You're just going around doing all sorts of things on this one. So, yes, this one was Coal Duty, CRR 918. Alright, folks. Just a reminder before we finish, Train Simulator 2021, along with some extensive robustness fixes and stability fixes, you've also got the new Workshop tab, which is a replacement of the old Workshop tab, where you can now view and search easily for content within this, within Workshop, and install it and then run it without having to leave the game. So there's some really cool stuff there. So hopefully everyone enjoys it. But Train Simulator 2021 is out tomorrow. And there will Sam and Jamie, I believe, will be streaming the game tomorrow, and will be showing lots of West Coast Mainline. So lots of hype there. It's coming out tomorrow, $24.99 for West Coast Mainline on its own, $24.99 for the base TS2021 with the 3 core routes. If you want the deluxe edition, which also includes the West Coast Mainline, then that's $39.99, so it's £10 off effectively if you buy the West Coast Mainline at the same time. Alright, folks, I hope that's been fun and useful, and you enjoy it, and that you enjoy Train Simulator 2021 when it comes out tomorrow. Alright, folks, take care. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.